like germs journey. Invisible, sometimes unfriendly, and that's a germ's journey. They're everywhere, so take care, but don't worry, and that's a germ's journey.
What are germs? All around us live tiny living organisms that we call germs. They live in the air, in the soil, in the water, on our skin, and even inside us. They are so small that we need a special instrument called a microscope to be able to see them. Some of these germs are harmless. Some germs are meant to live on our skin or inside our bodies. These good germs help us to stay healthy. But other germs can make us sick. These germs don't mean to make us ill, they just want somewhere to live, and that place is us. From time to time, a germ might get into our body where it's not supposed to be, and our body fights back. This is called an infection. One way our body fights back is by turning up the heat, because germs don't like lots of heat. When you're running a temperature and you feel warmer than normal, it could be that you're fighting off an infection and your body is fighting off an invading germ. We also have special cells in our bodies, which are part of something called the immune system. The cells in our immune system are like soldiers who fight off those germ invaders. These soldier cells rush to the part of the body where the invading germ is, and that part of the body may become swollen or red. We often feel really tired when we have an infection because our body is using up loads of energy to fight off those invading germs. The very smallest germs are viruses. Viruses are very simple. They don't eat, they don't sleep. All they want to do is make more viruses, to make lots and lots of copies of themselves. Inside the virus are the instructions for making more viruses. But the viruses are so small that they don't have the machinery to do the work. The viruses get inside our cells and use our cells' machinery to make the copies. Let's meet a virus.
Hello, my name is SARS-CoV-2. I'm a very new virus and I cause the infection known as COVID-19. I'm very small and I look like a ball with loads of spikes. These spikes help me stick to cells in your body. It's a bit like putting a key into a lock. When my spikes attach to a cell in your body, the cell opens up and I can get inside. When I'm inside your cell, I can make all the machinery inside stop doing its proper job. I want the cell to make lots and lots of copies of me. As the new viruses are made, they leave the cell and can go and find a new one to take over. Usually, I take over the cells in your lungs, and this will make you cough. I can also get into your nose and mouth. You might stop being able to smell or taste things because I can take over the smelling cells or the tasting cells. When the new copies of me are made, I can leave your body when you breathe out or when you speak or cough. I float through the air in tiny droplets of water. These tiny droplets can be breathed in by a new person, and then I can get into their lungs and start making more copies in their cells. Or my tiny droplet could land on a nearby surface, such as a toy or a book. Another person or a child could pick up the toy and get me on their hands. And then they rub their eyes or put their fingers in their mouth, and I can get into their lungs.
SARS-CoV-2 isn't the only virus that can be spread through droplets in the air. This is why it's so important to cover our mouths when we cough or sneeze. You could use a tissue or your hand, but for coughing only. Sneezing into your hand. Blech. Or, even better, use your elbow. Then we need to wash our hands or use sanitizer on them. Most of the time, when a virus makes us sick, we don't need to get medicine from the doctors. Viruses can make us feel very tired, or warm, or achy. And using medicine such as Calpol that you can buy from the chemist, well, that can make you feel a lot better. Another group of germs are called bacteria. Bacteria are bigger than viruses and more complicated. They have all the machinery they need to live and make copies of themselves. Bacteria can live in soil, water, and on surfaces, and even on animals. Some bacteria live in very strange places. Bacteria have been found at the bottom of the deepest seas, in the hottest parts of volcanoes, and even under the ice in the Antarctic. We all have bacteria living on us and in us. Most of these bacteria won't cause us any harm, and some actually help keep us healthy. There are bacteria inside our tummies that help us to digest our food. Some bacteria make yogurts and cheese. And there are some very special bacteria that can make medicines. Let's meet some bacteria. They look very different, not only from viruses, but also from each other.
Hello, I'm a bacterium with a very long name, Pseudomonas aeruginosa. I live in lots of different places, such as in the soil and on plants and animals. I really like it to be damp. I'm a rod-shaped bacterium, and I'm covered in lots of tiny hair-like structures called pili. The pili help me stick to surfaces. I also have these long dangly bits called flagella. The flagella help me move through liquids. I am not supposed to live on humans, but I do like warm, damp places, such as inside your nose, mouth, or your ears. If I can get into one of these places, I can cause an infection. Your ear might become hot and swollen and very painful because the soldier cells of your immune system are trying to fight me off.
Hello, my dears. We're a different type of bacteria. We also have a long name, Staphylococcus aureus. It's often just shortened to Staph aureus, but you can call me Staph. We are small and round, and we're usually found in little groups of 5 or 6, all clumped together. We don't have pili or flagella. We live on your skin or maybe inside your nose. As long as we stay in these places, you won't even know we're there. Sometimes though, we can get into places where we're not supposed to be, such as in your throat. The soldier cells of your immune system don't like us to be in your throat, and they will rush to the area to fight us off. Your throat becomes hot and swollen and red. When the soldier cells are fighting with us, lots of the cells in your throat are damaged, and that's why it becomes sore. If you have an infection caused by a bacteria and your immune soldier cells can't fight it off, your doctor may be able to help by giving you a special medicine called an antibiotic. Antibiotics will stop bacteria from making more copies of themselves and then spreading throughout your body. It's very important that you only have antibiotics for bacterial infections. They don't work against viruses. It's also important that you follow the doctor's instructions and take all of the medicine, even if you start to feel better before you have finished it. Now, who is this? It looks a bit familiar, doesn't it? Who does it remind you of?
I am a bacterial supervillain. My full name is methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus. That is quite a mouthful, so usually I am known by my initials of M-R-S-A. Like my cousin, Staph, I can live on your skin and even in your nose. But if I get inside your body, I can be evil. I am too strong for your immune soldier cells, and they can't fight me off. Doctors have tried to stop me growing and spreading by using an antibiotic called methicillin, but I am clever. I have learned how to block it. I can keep on growing and spreading. I can block or resist lots of antibiotics.
When bacteria learn how to block antibiotics, we call this antibiotic resistance. Antibiotic resistance is not good news for us. Resistant bacteria have special codes that allow them to block the antibiotics. They can share this code with other bacteria, and then those bacteria become resistant as well. And then it becomes harder for doctors to find an antibiotic that will make us better. Washing our hands after playing outside, going to the toilet, playing with animals, or when you cough or sneeze, can help stop those bacteria and viruses from spreading. This way, we can all do our bit to help stop the germs. But remember, good and bad germs are everywhere, but that's okay. They can help us stay healthy and produce some of our favourite foods. We just need to wash our hands to stop the bad ones.
That's a germ.